Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm deep time, lot of slime. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me, yeah. Big time, big time, big time.
72 of 4th and Jawn. I'm Gail Saunders here with Evan Hollywood Hearn, Mr. Prime in the building, Mr. Mal Davis, and Hollis Thomas. We got a full squad tonight, and it's for very good reason.
Yes, sir.
It's the reason for the season. Eagles versus the Patriots. Look at that picture. Mac Jones does not know what's coming to him, but a bunch of crazy Eagle fans are headed up, especially the ones with Philly sports chips, to see an ass whooping.
Yes,
Had like as a kid growing up, a lot of kids around my neighborhood were Cowboy fans, Giant fans in Connecticut, and then the next thing you knew, they turned into Patriot fans. But where are those Patriot fans now? All my friends that are Patriots fans, they did not want to talk to me this week. Just
still
like
obnoxious, bro.
They're
still out there and they still obnoxious.
They're still obnoxious, but they're not. There's something going on with the fan base, and they're trying to get it together. But as a fan base, Eagles fan base, I think we're in a perfect spot. I think big things about to happen with the squad. How are you guys feeling off the rip?
Can I just, before we get any further, I just want to sing you guys a little tune. It goes a little something like this. Dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun. You guys fucking ready, bro? I have been jumping out of my skin this week, ready for the season to start, dude. Birds, I couldn't feel more confident in them. Another year with Jalen Hurts under center. We saw our captains get named today. Young Smitty with the C on his chest. Love it. Yeah, dude, we got a team full of leaders, full of ballers, and we have exactly what it takes to win a championship in this league. We are built to win one, and we're going to win that bitch this year. Let's fucking go.
That's what I'm talking about. What's not to be excited about, man? I mean, I'm with you. Have the enthusiastic, the adrenaline, all that stuff has just been running through my body like for the past couple of days, man. The excitement is just really kicking in. I can't wait for us to get on the road, take this trip up to New England, get ready for this game. It's finally here, man. Finally get to see this team go to work. Now this is where it all counts, matters. It's the run back. This is the run back season. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to see these boys take it all the way, man. And it starts in New England this Saturday. So, what better way than to go see, the team that we beat to get our first Super Bowl. Brady supposedly in the house, Nick Foles is a bitch.
We'll be on.
Yeah, so it's exciting, man. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I'd like to welcome you guys back to this ordeal that I'm about to unleash. Me and my Steve colleague Irvin Fryer was talking about this particular game coming up. And it was one particular story that I ran by him about, when you have a bunch of extra shit going on. It's like I told this story on Vetted. So it was like my rookie year, we were playing against the Cowboys who were coming off being Super Bowl champion. So I was standing next to Ray Rhodes, and Ray Rhodes, he tells the truth and he does not mix words. At the time, I was known as Baby T because I was the youngest of like 4 other Thomases. And so he was like, Baby T, we about to get our ass kicked. I said, huh? He say, every time you pull out all that extra shit and all these bells and whistles, you get your ass kicked. Next thing you know, Michael Buffer came out and said, let's get ready to rumble. And the Cowboys proceeded to kick our ass. This is one of those situations where everybody's going to be a Tom Brady nostalgic. As oh yeah, Tom. Oh, and we should go in there and whoop them like cornbread batter. It's like whenever you get all that extra stuff, because they're gonna be nostalgic about that, and our mind is gonna be on kicking their ass. And that's just I want one of the main things was, and I want you guys to chime in on this too whenever you get an opportunity. I want to see somebody knock the shit out of Juju Smith-Schuster. I'm sorry. I just want him. No
need to apologize.
I just want him. I want somebody to put him on his ass because all that gloating stuff for a holding call. It's like, come on. It's like, come on, dude.
I mean, he cooked before the holding call, but listen, I love that story. Ray Rose is like, listen, we about to get our ass whooped. And so, I mean, if Bill Belichick was a for real, he would be telling them boys in that locker room, like, listen, we about to get our ass kicked. I don't. The Patriots are in disarray, bro. Right? That like ever since Tom Brady left, this is a franchise that does not know where they're headed. Whereas the Philadelphia Eagles, coming off a Super Bowl loss, tough. We've been talked about in the offseason like this team didn't just beat damn near everybody to get a championship. Like they talking about this team like we barely made it in the playoffs. And so I think that there's a lot of motivation. And you look at somebody like Jalen Hurts, he thrives off of stuff like that, right? Like you look at Nick Sirianni, he thrives off of being doubted and people talking crazy. Like he's one of my favorite coaches just because of how spicy he is and how he carries that sort of stuff. So I'm gonna say 24-0. Like I don't even see the Pats scoring. I think that the Eagles end up stomping them out in the first half and then easing up on them in the second half. Man, this Patriots team is not very good, and this Eagles team is very, very good. I think the only thing that might stumble out the gate is the fact that you're breaking into new coordinators, right? Like even though they similar systems and terminology and stuff, these are still two different people that envision things differently than their predecessor. So, we'll see how they start out the gate, but it's one of the most talented teams in the NFL we talking about versus a team that don't know what the heck they doing. So, they about to get their ass kicked.
Hey, I got another quick sidebar. They just like in Patriots fashion, they picked up Jalen Reagor.
He's not going to do anything.
No. That's what they do. They tend to do that. They'll pick up somebody who used to be on your team,
knows the system.
Who think they might know the system. Yeah. But I guarantee you, after this week, Jalen Reagor is probably going to be cut. They put him on the practice squad, and they brought him in. But I feel like we got Matt Patricia, and I feel like he knows all the integral parts. And I feel like this is going to be the only thing I think is going to be a quality test for our offense, because even though Bill Belichick does what he does, he will create matchup problems defensively for you. Yeah. So I feel like this is going to be good for our offense to see this early on.
Yo, Tank, let me ask you a question real quick, bro. So you see that happen a lot, right? Like a team will pick up a player that was recently dropped from another team that they're about to play practice squad on. Is there really that much value in bringing this person in? Or like, yes, they know the system, but you see this happen all the time. And so like, do you think it's more so gamesmanship, or like, is there really some sort of value that people seem to get from that?
When I was with Sean Payton, we picked up Vontez Leach before we played Green Bay, and we ended up kicking Green Bay's ass. So Vontez Leach was a fullback. And
was he able to like shed some light though, like some valuable light on what they were going to do, or
like when you get tidbits of information like that, you can take it with a grain of salt, and you just put it in like you get more from like film study, like. But once the opposing team sees that you're doing that, like case in point, and I don't know if I ever told you about the first time that I started against the Arizona Cardinals. Me and Mike Mamula watched Jake the Snake Plumber. He would wag his legs like this. During his cadence, as soon as he was getting ready to hike the ball, he would stop, his heels would come up, and the ball would snap. We was going off that for the entire first quarter. And I don't know how he got wind of it, but the only reason I didn't jump is because I was over the ball. He did that, he stopped, his heels came up, and Mike Mamula took off. I was like, ah. And so he came to the sideline, and Mike Turkovic was our defensive line coach. He said, we can't use that shit no more, we just got to go on the ball. That's the type of things that you can get from film study. They may be able to give you some calls and stuff, but if most times when you get a player from another team, when they come to you, they may have like I take notes like if it was a playbook. So I show you my notes one time. So the only time that I've known that it worked was when I was playing with the Saints, and I gave Sean Payton all my notes, and he carved them up. If you don't take great notes, it's hard for you to grasp the concept. And if you do that, you'll lose sight of your competitive edge instead of just going out there and kicking their ass.
I mean, it's a good point. You are right. When you start when you start doing things like that, it does benefit, for the matchup. But Jalen Reagor, I mean, we talking about Jalen Reagor, who even couldn't get his shit together playing with us.
Thank
So
you.
I'm not worried about whatever they're trying to go ahead and pick his head about, man.
Exactly, Mark.
Yeah, I mean,
You're going to be on his diss tweet later tonight.
I
Brian.
can get two shits.
You
man,
didn't
you know?
believe in him.
Mark, way to go, Mark.
I can get two shits.
No, but the funny part is he's going to go in there, and it's kind of like you remember when we played them and he was playing with Minnesota, the little shitty tweets that he posted out and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, why? Just why? If you suck ass, why are you talking?
He's in it. He's
That's
in
all
his
he got,
bag
bro.
emotionally, bro. He's just emotional.
It was like
Ain't nobody care about Reagor.
Yeah.
But while we're on the topic of Jalen's, I want to ask you, we got a great matchup in our wide receivers versus Jalen Mills. We all know who Jalen Mills is, and he's a serviceable player. But if I'm putting either Devontae or AJ Brown up against them, I'm liking our odds every single time.
I'm pump and go.
But I also the other Jalen that we got on that we have on our team. I have a question. Do you guys? I'm super amped for the season. I think that we win this game handily. But do you think that there's going to be any sort of like rust shaken off from Jalen Hurts after not playing a single snap in the preseason?
I do not.
I mean, he looks sharp in camp, bro. Like his mechanics look good, son.
Mm-hmm.
So you could tell he been heavily repping throughout the offseason. So I mean, get hit a couple times, maybe that first drive again with a new offensive coordinator. It'll be some hiccups that you see. But again, for me, my biggest question was, how do you rebound from the year that you had, right? Like you got your check, you got the accolades. A lot of times you see somebody relax. He came out day one camp sharp. So personally, me, I'm not too concerned. I think that Jalen Hurts is the consummate professional. So he's not somebody that's not going to show up ready to go.
No, I think Jalen Hurts is ready. I think they asked him on WIP today. He said on the Super Bowl loss, I am over it. We got a game this week. I'm 1,000% focused on what it is to come. I think so overall, I think I feel perfectly fine having a leader like him. At the end of the day, like he's going to set the tone. I think I listen to the New England beats right now. They're a little concerned about Jalen, but they think they can shake him down and make him roll out of the pocket and maybe get him off. When
he leaves the pocket, then what happens? I mean, he's still successful.
And he's able to reset that launch point so well too, right? That you'll see him get his legs back, even body back, even with the line of scrimmage. Like he's technically sound, bro. So I just like watching Hurts, man. Watching him grind and just keep getting better. Because you're looking at, if he had the cannon arm like a Mahomes, maybe he doesn't grind the way he does. But because of his physical deficiencies, he knows he has to be technically on top of his game. So I don't think that you see him come out and not execute 100%.
Yeah. I think he's going to come out it's not going to be rusty. I think it's going to be those early games I think what you guys said about their first hit or their first true live action, because if you think about it, the quarterbacks don't get hit in practice. No way. They have on a red jersey.
Right.
Or some color jerseys that means stop, or you be on the first thing smoking away from whatever facility that you're at. But I think that you guys hit it on the head with him, with the way he's honed his skills in and nailed down the things that went wrong with the very few things that went wrong last year that we could see. So, and I like it because he's a perfectionist.
Yes.
Even it's sometimes people say practice make perfect. No, you have to practice the right way to make perfect.
Practice makes perfect.
He has that Mamba mentality, bro. Yeah. Right? That he has that mental approach that he doesn't want to be outdone.
Yeah, the unfinished business approach.
Yeah, and even with a championship, I still think Jalen Hurts is going to still be that grinder, bro. Because now he wants the second one, and it's. You can't. I don't know, man. I have the utmost faith. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that his mentality, I don't think no matter what situation you put him in, he's gonna be rattled, bro. He's seen it all already.
Hunger would still be there.
Yeah, for sure.
No,
he's worth mad money, and he's still grinding. So
yeah.
Now, shout out to Prime. Last week, he hooked up an opportunity to sit in on a Q&A with Dave Spadaro and Jalen Hurts.
Oh,
and we actually just got to sit there and he was everyone cameras off. Like we were ready to live stream, like we're live to stream this whole, and he told everyone in the room, turn your phone off. And the people still was trying to film stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But just the way he's intentional, the way that he mentioned his leadership role in this team, I thought was a great thing. He talked about being a servant leader. Basically, servant leadership is a philosophy in which goal of the leader is to serve, listening, empathy, healing, awareness, persuasion, conceptualization, foresight, stewardship, and commitment to growth. I think that's like he's like, I'm not a rah-rah dude. He's like, at the end of the day, I'm not a rah-rah dude. He's like, I go out there and lead by example. I just thought he was very transparent. I think, Prime, what did you think of that interview?
Absolutely. I mean, you use some big ass words there that I can't match up with. But listen, man, every question that was being asked at that moment, he had like the perfect answer to, and you were zoned in on his response the whole way through. I mean, everybody was focused on everything. Like you were looking forward to whatever his answer was going to be. That was the great part about it. And it was just like he touched upon, from his childhood playing football with it under his dad, the team, the friendship that he has with a lot of players in this league. Like Gail said, that captain role, that leadership role in the locker room with the youngins that are just coming in, because he used to be a youngin, I mean, he wants them to have that same mentality he had when he first came in. And, again, he mentioned that he still has a lot left on the table to go ahead and prove, not to himself, but to prove, that he could, still go out there and achieve what he's trying to achieve. And that's to go ahead and hoist that Lombardi trophy. So, he's still hungry. He wants to go out there. The mentality is he wants to go out there and he wants to go get this thing. And I love it, man. So it was just like, it was a great moment just hearing this kid talk, man. It was just like, holy shit. Like, I'm telling you, not one answer was boring or didn't make no sense. Everything was just like to the point and just had your attention all the way through. So it was a great event. And I'm glad we got to experience it.
I think Jalen has a serious career opportunity as a speechwriter after.
Oh yeah, man!
After he's done in the league,
that's facts.
Now, Hollis, what kind of player were you? Were you a rah-rah dude, or were you
of course
keep it light?
No, I was. I a lot of people don't know. I couldn't.
House, get in there. Okay.
I couldn't ride the bus with over to the stadium with Andy, because me and Hugh would always be telling jokes and shit before the game, and talking bad about people. But they told us to be ourselves. So my thing was, if I'm myself, I'm having a good time. I'm not tense. If I see you get blasted, you know that I'm gonna laugh at you. And I'm gonna point it out to you. So it's like,
point it out.
Yeah, and so it's like the funniest thing was when we did the alumni game. I was laughing because I knew all the reporters and stuff, and so somebody was like they was like, you make everybody feel like a part of it. I mean, you mean just because I pick on you? It's like we had one dude that came in there every day, no matter rain, sleet, snow, or extremely cold. We nicknamed him the Incredible Man 10, with the ability to have a 10 even in the dead of winter. I don't know how the hell he got it, but then we just talk about everybody's clothes, and so everybody's clothes, suits, and everything. Myself and Hugh, I ain't gonna bring the show down when everybody knows what happened with Hugh and his son. So prayers and thoughts out to him and his wife, and him and the Douglas family, but. I was just a team clown. Everybody, if you see anybody from like the Saints, they see me there. The first thing they're gonna say is God, and they're gonna say that because when at the end of practice, the very first time I was down there with Sean Payton, after a 2.5 hour ass kicking session, full gear on the line. Oh God, oh my God, on the line. I hadn't heard on the line my entire career. On the line meaning we was doing sprints.
Yep.
So, but I think as far as like I wasn't like that big time vocal leader, nothing. But I tried to make sure I hustled and I made plays and stuff. And I hated when Jim or like whatever defense coordinator is like, look at that, you're loafing, and they say I'm not loafing, coach. But then they'll flick to me and show how fast that I was trying to run. Because I was always told that the only way that you're going to get noticed as far as like each level of football that you're on was the hustle to the ball. But then I was also told by Jim was you never know what can happen when you get to the ball. Somebody may knock the ball out, and then if you with your thumb up your ass that back there talking to the offensive lineman, opposing his offensive lineman, you're not there to get it. So I always made it a point to hustle to the ball. You kind of lead by example. When the little guys see you running like that, they know that they can do better. And it kind of builds, it permeates throughout the, especially the defense. When they see the big dogs hustling, I think that's one of the keys to really keys to like a real good defense when you see the big dogs hustling downfield.
Talking about big dogs hustling, listen to the New England Patriots beats. They were a little shook one when it came to their offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Dealing with our defensive line, they're talking about they're not sure what the Patriots are going to do in terms of moving pieces around. We all know that Riley Reef, their right tackle, is out, and because
his backup is Tyrone Wheatley Jr.
They're talking about Anderson. This guy Anderson might be the backup. Now, talk about there's a plethora of dudes on this.
The all Jags, bro. They're just guys.
Just guys. I wasn't gonna say that. I call them pigeons.
Yeah, they're pigeons, Jags, like pigeons, whatever you want to call them.
But I call them pigeons because that's what you look like. Okay, there's my bitch. That's my bitch right there. There she is. Yeah, and it's like I don't. You can tell when you got a real pigeon because everybody, no matter what position they're in, is trying to line up over that particular guy. It gets. I don't know if you remember the offensive lineman Leclerc. Last name was Leclerc.
I remember the hockey player.
No, it was an offensive lineman. He was an offensive tackle for the St. Louis Rams, and they were playing against Tampa Bay. Everybody was trying to line up like Warren Sapp lined up out there, got a sack over him. Takoya Jackson lined up out there. I'm talking about D tackles. Everybody was trying to get out there to get a sack on this guy, and it was just embarrassing. I was like, man. And it's like,
so are you saying we got that one victim against them this weekend that we're going to end up trying to line up against?
Yeah, because everybody's going to be trying to say, I think I'll do good right here. I think, and it's always somebody who the worst. I don't think that sometimes coaches don't pay attention to. It's like, a guy could play another position, but if he's not playing the position that he's been practicing and he's been playing his entire career, he's going to be a pigeon. Because they're gonna make sport of them, and it's gonna be bad too.
I think what we got going for us for this game too is that we have every opportunity to make the Patriots one-dimensional as hell. Just looking at their offense, I think that what would you say is their best offensive weapon? Like probably Ramondre Stevenson. Probably the best of what they got, and saying that, he's like a middle of the road running back in my opinion. Yeah. And so if we're able to stuff him and just force Mac Jones to make some plays against our our cornerbacks with those wide receivers, who the hell is Kendrick Bourne, bro? The Bourne identity?
Well, they do have Devontae Parker, too. Now, you can't forget that Devontae Parker
maybe 4 years ago would have scared me a little bit now.
I understand what you're saying, but just remember, he didn't really scare us going into that Miami game last time.
Yeah, it's true. But there was Fitzmagic in the air, Hollis. Fitzmagic in the air.
I guess you could say that. But I don't. Well, as you said, I see us running the good sound thing and sound defense and make it, like you said, making them one dimensional. They do got Ezekiel Elliott. I think they may try to pull him out on us. But when you look at them offensively, nothing that really scares you. And I feel like they should be scared that Trent Brown at offensive tackle. Again, especially if they're not just going to run the ball. I think they're going to try to make the game short and try to run the ball down. I thought that's what I think because it's like, and I hope that Coach decides hopefully he's fixed what made us a bend but don't break defense last year by adding some run blitzes because last year, if you notice, we would let teams like Washington, for instance. That's the formula, keeping the ball away from our explosive offense. That's the formula. The bend but don't break does not work with this offense. You got to go out there and you got to do your part. The bend but don't break, we would give up our offense will march downfield and impose their will. You would think that our defense would be inspired to go out and get a 3 and out, maybe even a 6 and out. But an 8 to 12 play drive, that ends in a field goal, and then our offense, you messed up our offensive rhythm. And so it's like we have to be a defense that imposes our will, that shuts people down, and I don't want to see another picket fence at the damn down line, the third down marker. I want to see us put some pressure on some people and get their ass off the field. Get them off the field. 3 and outs equals a turnover. It's like we go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was you talking about pressure. I was going to say Hassan Reddick and Nolan Smith. I'd like to see what how they deploy them this week. That could be interesting. I think the New England Beats were talking about Mac Jones. They said keep him upright, or he ends up uptight.
Yeah, he does, and you can tell he's like this close to just exploding on that offensive line. Like last year, he was so pissed that because they made Joe Judge and Matt Patricia. Matt Patricia, who's a good defense coordinator, and Joe Judge, who's a former special teams coordinator. They were the offensive coordinators last year.
What is this, Juan Castillo?
Yes, it's a 2.0.
Yeah, I'm just really looking forward to seeing what these coordinators are going to go ahead and do on both sides, Desai and Brian Johnson. Like first years, you know what I mean? I'm ready to just see their scheme, you know what I mean? Because it's going to tell us what we're going to look forward to the rest of the season. So to see what they're going to go ahead and put the work against Belichick and his team, I'm really looking forward to that the most, you know what I mean? So I think I'm going to be really focused in on that first quarter just to see what their scheme is going to be like. And then, you know, that's really going to tell us, you know, what's it going to be like for the rest of the season, or, you know, down the line. So I'm excited to see them go to work. And
the way I see it shaking out as well is like you mentioned, like you're looking forward to seeing how we deploy Nolan Smith, and I am as well. But I think that like at least in the beginning part of this season, a lot of this team is going to be carried by the vets. I think that like the rookies are going to slowly, and you know, by a quarter of the way into the season, they have a more full role in whatever, you know, respective position they have. But I'm kind of thinking of guys like Josh Sweat, Brandon Graham, guys that have been here in the system for years to really make an impact for the Patriots.
Talking about impact, I think who's going to make an impact on punt returns? Elena's talking about who's going to return punts. Right now we have Zacchaeus.
Mm-hmm.
He's slated as our punt returner at this moment.
Let's talk about the other side of punting the ball right now, because I know a lot of people are up in arms.
Please do, because they cut Sippy Cup, and he's back on he's on the practice squad, right?
Yeah, he's on the practice squad.
Oh god,
he's our only punter right now.
Right now, our returners are Boston Scott is that kickoff returner. Zacchaeus is listed as the primary punt returner with Quez Watkins behind him. So if that answers your question, and you're wondering when was the last time Zacchaeus returned a punt? That was 2021. He had 3 punts, averaged 12 yards, had a 17-yard return in Week 6 versus Miami Dolphins.
That's the highlight. Had a 17-yard return.
17-yard.
There's also Covey Watch. That could be a thing on game day. You never know who gets called up.
Oh god,
I can't do it yet, but I might get there at some point in the season, depending on how bad.
Oh god, no.
So you guys.
Penny was talking about getting back into the return game, and like that was a big part
Rashad
of what he
Penny?
was in college. Yo, Rashad Penny was.
I'm not doubting his ability. I'm doubting his ability to stay healthy.
Well,
and now he's going to return
feel
punts.
like if this ends up shaking out into like a 2-dog race, I'll give him a chance, right? That like if Swift and Gainwell end up taking the lead in that rotation, he's explosive, bro. He gonna get hurt either way. Like, let's get him out there and get it out the way. You know,
get it out the way. It might as well. Hey, why fuck around? It's regular season.
Right.
What you saving stuff for? Go ahead. Is that why? You know, it's they did bring Morrow back too. I haven't talked to you guys since yes, they brought it back to practice squad. We had a thing where I was talking about surprise or good riddance as far as like people that they cut. One of my good riddance was Kevon Wallace. I don't know I don't know. I didn't get the chance to come on here and tell you guys. I read an article that they wrote that he gave that they did on him, and he said he finally found it. Now I don't know what the hell it was, but I don't think it kept him stay on the damn roster. And it's like it what? I'm like, it really? And I was like, he's like, I finally found it. I was like, did it glow when you found it? I don't. But it was just like I was tired of hearing, because he was also one of those no social media bitches. That's
Mhm.
what it's like when you. It's like you. Okay, you made it here. It's like okay, you got drafted. Okay, prove something. You're not doing stuff, and then you got picked up by who was it? Jonathan Gannon picked him up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's out there with Kaiser what?
yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, Kaiser White is a little bit better than Kevon Wallace.
I would agree.
Everybody kept talking about he was coming on. I was like, he needed to come on and get the hell off the roster and quit taking up a spot. Let somebody give somebody else an opportunity because he's screwed the pooch. So one of the surprises was Rick's. Not so much a surprise, but I was happy he made it. He's the only undrafted free agent that made it.
I think his mindset, man, the way he played, the way he balled out. At the end of the day,
he has the pedigree
made plays.
too, bro.
Yeah.
Like he's not somebody that was just an unknown. Like Eli Ricks, through the whole process of high school and going into college, was one of the top like defensive backs. You know what I mean? Like highly acclaimed. So I wasn't super surprised to see him be able to claim a spot, and they knew he wasn't making it through waivers.
Well, yeah, that too. That was the funny part because he killed it. The thing I think that helped him a lot, and that's why I kind of like the preseason games because it gives the young guys the opportunity to put on the show for all the other teams. It used to be in the past that all of like the starters in the first and second string would be out there trying to get ready for the season. Now they have the joint practices for you to do that, and they can actually really see who's ready to make it to the next level. Because if you're out there with the twos and stuff and you're not killing, that means you're not ready to. Because if you're not dominating the twos, that means you're not ready to be put into the game on the rotation. Yeah, in the rotation type thing. And all the twos is just people you was playing against in college.
Right.
So if you're not dominating those jackasses, especially if we drafted you, it's like. And I think the one thing that kind of pissed me off especially with the last preseason game, I felt like we just gave up, and I was like it was just like the offensive line and the young defensive line. I was like I was a lot of those guys ended up getting cut, and I knew why. I was like and I didn't see hardly any of them really getting picked up or on practice squads for other teams either. And it's like you're on display for all the rest of the teams. I don't know if those guys know how important that is. It's like if you really truly trying to play football, dude, you can't go out there and screw the pooch like that. You can't get blown up. Dude, I saw a play, dude. It reminded me to show it to y'all one day. It was like the dude he went to hit their line, but he forgot his car was in reverse because he ended up back in our secondary. it was all bad. He got thrown out the club, but
talking about players that I'll start with the offensive MVP because again we're going to speak it into existence. I think this is going to be a thrashing. Who would you say the Eagles' offensive MVP would be this week?
This week,
it's Jalen Hurts, man. 300 total yards, 4 total touchdowns. He's gonna make it look easy. They're gonna sit him in the third quarter, like halfway through the third quarter. He's gonna be on the bench, just smiling, counting money in his mind and shit. Like I got it. That was a win.
Brian, what you got?
Who you got, Brian?
I don't know, man. I think Swift is gonna go ahead and do his thing. I think this guy's gonna go ahead and run the ball like crazy, man. I think he's gonna be shining.
I'm going with AJ Brown because AJ Brown thinks some of y'all have a favorite receiver and y'all picking people and they're a duo. They're on the same squad, and it's another thing too. I think AJ Brown too because I personally feel like they've been disrespecting him with the top receiver talk. Not only that, and I don't know if y'all get sick of this shit, but when they start ranking the players, and then they get the number one is Patrick Mahomes, number 2 should be Jalen Hurts. You know why? Because he led the team to the Super Bowl.
Jalen Hurts, okay?
Yeah, no, but everybody told him, well, Justin Jefferson. It's like did nobody forget to tell Justin Jefferson when he was in the playoffs? I was like all these other motherfuckers that everybody pulling out their ass. Did they not know the playoffs was going to? I was like, so don't give me that bullshit. I was like, it's like you people refuse to know the truth and base things on facts.
So we were in the Super Bowl, based on your logic, Juju should be there, right? Because he won the Super Bowl. Juju should be top 10 player because he won the Super Bowl.
Fuck no.
No, well, that's your logic.
No, my logic was between Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes, people that led their teams to the Super Bowl. That's what my logic was.
Who's your MVP? Offensive MVP.
My offensive MVP for this week?
AJ Brown.
He said AJ Brown.
Yeah, I told
What about
JJ
you?
Brown because of the rankings. Go ahead,
Ev Love.
F Love X.
What was the question? I apologize. I had a bad start break.
Who is your offensive MVP? Because
Of the
obviously
season or of the game?
The game.
Of the game. I think this is. I've been quietly saying this all year long, and I think that this is the beginning. I think Devontae Smith has obviously shown his worth, and I think that this is another level of a breakout season for Devontae Smith this year. I have the inclination that he will actually end the year with the most receiving yards on.
Wow, putting in
And I think it starts
Devontae.
week 1.
Devontae Swain.
I'm gonna have to go Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts shows out, but I do when these beats talk about the Philadelphia Eagles, they tend to forget that there's so many damn weapons. You talk about Swift earlier. You talk about AJ. You talked about Devontae.
You didn't even
There's
talk about Dallas
Goddard,
bro.
No.
Didn't even mention that man. So.
Now,
Do you think he kind of gets lost in the shuffle? I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just saying that last year he kind of did. He did get kind of lost.
Ended up getting hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt.
When you look at when Devontae Smith took off, as far as like the receptions really turned it on, it was when Dallas Goedert went down, bro. Dallas Goedert was cooking, son, because he's such a humongous target in the middle of the field. Even in camp, like you see Jalen Hurts locks into him because he's easy to find, bro.
Did you see the dude we just traded for? From Denver.
Face.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that boy got some wheels, son.
6'7",
4'4".
He got some wheels.
Man,
he just hasn't put it all together yet.
Yeah,
put him if I were.
Yeah, right.
Now, Todd in chat says Slim Reaper. He's got Slim Reaper. Shout out to Tim Perkins.
Todd.
He's got Smooth Criminal number 6. Helena says Swift. But shout out to Rome. I just got married. His beautiful wife.
Congrats, my boy.
Everyone's getting married out here. But shout out to you guys.
No.
He said, "We live. Your wedding is live. Was live."
I'm going. Hey, Mal, I'm coming to the little homie's birthday party.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Make sure you get an extra hunk of cake for me. You know.
I got you. Son.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
I got you.
That's on Sunday?
No, it's on the 30th. You didn't get the
Yeah. Saturday.
Let's not talk about that live on the air.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I was thinking
we all coming. People in chat. Everyone's
I was thinking cake and ice cream. I was thinking cake and ice cream. I was like, "Yeah, Mal, I'm coming to the little homie's birthday party."
Yes, sir. We in there.
Now we're gonna go switch sides of the ball. Who will be your defensive MVP?
Ooh, I'm going Jalen Carter, bro. It's the Jalen show.
First game of his
Carter,
career. I love it.
Carter tears a hole through that defensive line, man. Like they're gonna try to keep him off the. Oh yeah, offensive line. My bad. They're gonna try to keep him off the field early. Rotate. Every time he rotates on somebody getting their ass kicked, and you just stop rotating, bro. You just leave him in there and just let him cook.
You want to see Mac Jones looking at the? That's what,
bro. Yes. That's it right there.
I'm going to Kobe Dean.
Oh,
okay.
I like it.
I like
outside the box pick. Interesting.
Yeah. The Kobe Dean's gonna have to have a hell of a year for us, bro.
I know.
I've also got an outside the box pick here as well. I'm going with the milk missile. Mr. Reed Blankenship.
That's not catching, bro.
6 in the game.
That's not sticking, bro.
What do you mean?
Only
You're not going with the milk missile. So I would never.
Only
we've been coming up with names for the past 3 weeks, bro. Like
the milk missile.
That's Reed Blankenship.
That's horrible.
Elena says it's
what's
white
better,
chocolate.
Reed Blankenship or milk missile?
Reed Blankenship. Yo, please, Reed Blankenship, not the milk.
I got him with a pick 6 in this game.
Dog.
I'm gonna say my boy's gonna pick up where he left off, man. Already gonna start off the season with maybe 2, possibly 3 sacks on Sunday, and that's Hassan Reddick.
Yo,
that's a wild. That's
wow.
Okay.
The milk missile, really?
Yeah, nah, we
really?
can't.
We ain't gonna leave that one alone.
No,
that's white on white crime there.
No,
and you was the only white guy owner, and picked the only white guy on defense too.
That was Ev. Pete Nathan says Hassan Reddick.
He said he picked the only white guy on defense.
I think it's racist that you think he can't be the defensive MVP.
I didn't.
Yeah, no, he can be. Milk
He
Missile
can
was
be.
out of pocket.
The Milk Missile was out of pocket though.
And that was F. That was F. That was F. For anyone
F.
tuning in, that was F.
Yo, I
Okay?
think that's
That's a
the
white
one
guy.
they put on the jersey, the milk missile.
Don't Ron Mexico this up.
I'm tearing on that one, bro.
So right now it's a running between
The
Chalk.
Milk Missile.
Yeah, Chalk Dog is crazy. If I can see Chalk Dog, Milk Missile was out of pocket.
The Milk Missile was out of pocket. Totally out of pocket.
Oh man.
Yo, who's at the door? The milkman. No, the milk missile.
The
Milk
Milk
Missile.
Missiles.
It got me off. I'm gonna go with Jalen Carter, just like Mal said. He's just like a bonus, man.
Yeah,
All the people that we have.
he's like the Dallas Goddard on defense.
My
where it's
Lord,
like,
man,
you
I
don't
think-
even think about him, but he's a killer too.
Let's hope that he got back to that edge. As long as he brings the edge, I'm good with it. Yeah, that was hilarious. Blue Meanie says the white shadow.
I like that.
Okay,
like
I
that.
mean, somebody put Ghost too, like because from Power or whatever, that's possible. But Milk
Okay.
Missile. Milk Missile.
That's pretty. That's a monumental moment in Evan Hearn history.
It's an Evanism.
Now, talking about the unsung heroes on this team, your Eagles unsung hero against the Patriots.
Unsung.
I'm gonna say Cam Jurgens, bro.
Oh.
I think that people perceive him as being the weakest link just because we haven't really seen him do it, like the Tank's point earlier, right? So
Right.
I would say Cam Jurgens. I think that he shows he could play guard in the NFL. He's an NFL caliber starter, functional strength, and fits well within what the Eagles are trying to do, even as a new element because he adds that speed as well. So
Right.
I think it'll end up being him. I hope it's him.
I'm gonna go Swift. I think Swift is gonna get.
Swifty.
He's gonna get his. That's just you start thinking about a running back group compared to Detroit Week 1. Is this running back group better than last year's?
So we talk about offensive.
Yeah,
unsung hero?
I would
be
definitely
anyone.
say it is. It could, yeah.
Anyone? Alice, who's your
I think
unsung
it's-
hero?
My unsung hero. I was gonna go with Cam Jurgens because I think mainly because I think it's just like what they say. Everybody thinking that he's a center. He is a center, but and I was one of the ones who said it. I didn't know I didn't think that he was going to beat out Tyler Steen, and he did. He ended up beating him out.
Dean.
I think Tyler Steen. He ended up beating him out. So I think that I know that Bill Belichick is going to go after him. So I think that's why I think he's going to be unsung hero, because I think he's going to be able to handle it because just because, and I think it's just because of him and because of the way Stout guy gets the guys prepared for each and every weekend. And I still feel like we have a bit of an edge because we have one of Bill Belichick's closest compadres and Matt Patricia on our defense, and he was coaching offense as well, and so he knows that he knows the deficiencies of them, and he knows what gets in their craw. And the one thing that I think that I don't know about you guys, but defensively that I will be looking forward to is a bit of what we call creativeness on defense. We don't have to blitz all the time, but they should know where we are all game long.
Well, who's your unsung hero?
If I go with one man, even though I think Swift is going to definitely do his thing, I'm going to say Quez Watkins, man, because so much attention is going to be Antonio Brown and Devontae Smith that
You have that much faith in him?
yeah,
I haven't
listen,
seen-
man.
I haven't seen him. The thing is, I haven't seen him throughout the preseason. So
Gotta build it up some way, somehow, bro. And I think right now is that time.
I hope so. But sometimes when you give people undue credit and you anoint them, give them the starting job, and like we're doing, it doesn't work out. I hope in this situation that it does, because he ended on a really bad note as far as like as far as last season with a couple of passes, even in the game when we were undefeated against Washington, he caught the pass, but then he fumbled it. It's like, and it was just like situations like that. And I hope he's ready for this because a lot of people are going to be rolling their coverages to the Slim Reaper and AJ Brown, and he's going to have to be that difference maker because he's going to be open and he's going to have to be one-on-one coverage. I hope he's ready. I hope you're correct, though.
Brian says he wants to see what Milton Williams does.
Man.
He had a game versus the Cowboys a season ago. So unsung hero, Milton Williams. There's so many dudes across the front. I mean, even Jordan Davis, no one's getting.
Did you guys see Milton Williams this year?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, he looks like a man. Oh, he looked like he came. He looked like he coming to do some fucking destruction.
Looks like he'd been in the weight room.
Yeah, and it's like, oh God, that's sorry. I just have to look up at the TV and
I thought Alex was gonna come out and say some chocolate milk missile or something.
No, Paul.
Yo, conversation.
Now I got. I'm trying to get him off you. F. I have a quick.
Out of here.
Yeah, you ran that. Hey, so I have a quick question for you guys. Are you guys tired of hearing about? So they had DJ Reed on during the interview talking about they could be as good as the '85 Bears or the 2013 Seahawks. I was like, dude, y'all just got a quarterback. Y'all offensive line still blow chunks.
What are they talking about?
The Jets.
The Jets defense is going to be good though.
Yeah, they're going to be okay. But
they're probably like top 5 or 10. But that 80. I mean, I don't think anyone ends up the 85 Bears again, right? Like that's a whole different era of football before they started really putting the emphasis on offense. So like, and then but from like a sack standpoint, when you're talking about like points, like the 85 Bears, like they were able to, like they were almost killing people on the field and shit. Like the Eagles wasn't really killing people. They was tearing elbows out of sockets. The Bears was out here trying to kill, like they were allowed to really kill people. It's just a different football game.
Yeah, it's a different football game now because I was on the cusp of still killing people.
Yeah, but like
you take a step and still hit the quarterback. Oh, I love that.
Like you can't even land on the quarterback now, right?
Can't.
So like it's just a different era of football.
It's like he put all his weight on it. Where the fuck was I supposed to put it?
Right, like that doesn't even make sense. If you fall down and like you're supposed to now turn midair, so he lands on you and you break your neck instead of his. I don't know, bro. Anyway, I don't think that you can never get to that point where you are the 85 Bears, but I think the Eagles defense last year was as close to dominant as
70 sacks
we've seen. Yeah, like that's
do you think
on the back end?
You think the Eagles beat 70 sacks this year?
No. I think we're gonna be more stout against the run. I think we're gonna get people off the field a little bit more. And that's the one thing that I want to see. It's like because I still feel like we got sacks and stuff because our offense came out, and by the time the other offense got back on the field, it was 14-0. And our offense just handled business. Yeah, and so you make it one-dimensional. I was like, but when we got into those knockdown dragouts to where the opposing team was just as decent as us, we got kind of exposed because they started running the ball and they run for 3 or 4 yards, but the thing was they would stick with it. The thing, I mean, that was the thing when a team sticks with that to keep our offense, because our offense was explosive. It's an explosive offense. You got pretty much anybody that can take it to the house in the backfield, and you got 2 world beaters just running downfield. And then not only that, you still got Dallas Goedert, and you have an offensive line to go with it. We need to keep them motherfuckers on the sideline. So we're gonna run the ball, get to 3 yards in a cloud of dust to the Hardy High Silver, and we're gonna kick some field goals and hope for the best. The only people that did that was you saw the Washington do that to perfection because they had a little bit of defense and they got our people out to got them in a situation to where they were not in rhythm, but they were still able to score some points. But we was looking for a hope and a dream at the end of that, and I just don't want to be in that situation. I want our defense to be one of the reasons why we win. I don't want to hear opposing offensive coordinators and quarterbacks talking about something. It's just like we saw on film. They're going to be in cover, man under, or cover 5, and they're only going to rush 4. I need to see some exotic stuff.
He likes it exotic.
So while we're in the same vein of like trying to figure out if we're gonna equal stuff of last year, I feel like a lot of games last year were pretty much won by halftime, where we just came out the gate and we were just murdering people, and then we could essentially we could sit guys in the fourth quarter. Do you guys anticipate more of that this year, or are you anticipating a harder fight back?
I see that. I see that against the Patriots. I'm telling you, Jalen Hurts mid third quarter going to be sitting, talking, chopping it up. Him and AJ, they're going to be laughing, dapping each other, working on new handshakes and stuff. Like, it's going to be, you know, they're not even going to be playing football no more, bro.
I don't want to say that we should be expecting more of it, but I do say that it should happen. You know, I mean, like you said, Mal, like, you know, I mean, these guys are going to be on point with their shit, and it's going to give them the opportunity to rest some of these players. You know, I mean, and that was the benefit we had last year. You know, that's why I think that was one of the main reasons why a lot of the players went a long way in the season, staying healthy, because they were able to rest and everything.
Absolutely.
Bless you, my African American brother.
Gail, you all right over there?
Yeah, what do you say?
Yeah, this the feds on your job, bro. They knock loud as hell, bro.
You got me wondering, bro.
Yo,
see how Bill go? He's like, it's the feds on my job.
Oh, snap.
Oh, man.
They still knocking.
I'll be back.
Okay.
All right, Brody.
Evan, take control. You got it.
Yeah. No, well, I had to step away for a moment when we were in the middle of talking about our what was it, the unsung heroes of the Patriots game. Yeah. I got to be honest with you. I think the linebacker to watch this year that's kind of not getting talked about is Zach Cunningham. I mean, I know that Miles Jack obviously decided he wanted to really pursue that plumbing career a week or two ago, but Zach Cunningham, I mean, he was leading the what the hell y'all doing right now?
I don't know. Hey, Ev, answer me. I was wondering about Zach Cunningham because, like you said, he led the other team. Was it the Atlanta in tackles? Or was it Atlanta?
Was it Atlanta or the Vikings? Or?
It was one of what he led the team in tackles, but then he went to the Texans.
Yeah,
Texans.
No, he got ousted at the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell happened?
I don't know. And Houston's not a team that I necessarily pay attention to. So.
Well, Zach Cunningham was good coming out of Vanderbilt. Like he's a good football player, and
he got injured.
I think injuries and then also scheme fit, right?
That's what I was getting ready to say.
You know that, bro.
Okay.
That matters as much as anything, right? But like, if your skill set doesn't fit what is being asked of you, no matter how much money you make, you can't make a square peg fit in a round hole. You know what I mean? So you know, he seems to fit what the side wants because he wants like the longer limb players, people that can get into those passing lanes. And so Zach,
he needs to fill that Kaiser White role this year, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like he's coming in. That's kind of like Kaiser's replacement. And
I feel like in some ways flip that, bro. I feel
Chris
like
Ellis.
You think N'Kobe
is more so the Kaiser White replacement because I don't think you're going to be tasking Zach Cunningham with chasing as many like running backs, wide receivers. Like I think that's going to be more on the Kobe Dean to make those plays. And
or Chris Ellis
in the box, right? Or Chris Ellis. Yeah. I think Chris Ellis may end up beating Cunningham out because he offers that flexibility of being big but also fast. Right. And so I'm curious to see how it all shakes out, right? Like I can't wait. We've talked about at nauseum, and the preseason didn't really answer many questions other than who's going to get cut and not make the team.
Right.
But wasn't too many surprises there, right? Like it wasn't somebody like, oh, I thought they was gonna make it that didn't. So we kind of known who this team was gonna be. We just need to see, like, everybody thinks last year was luck. It was the schedule. It was nobody knew Jalen Hurts was that good. We weren't injured. Like so many things that they place. But I honestly think this is a well-prepared, very good football team from top to bottom, bro.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm excited to see what they can do this year.
And if you look at what the Patriots have done in, I would say, probably the past almost decade now, dude, they know how to develop defensive backs. And with Gonzo heading there, I mean, do you think that he's going to turn into that legitimate cornerback one on that team? Maybe not first week of his career, but somewhere down the line, do you think he could turn into like a J.C. Jackson or Stephon Gilmore or something like that?
Yeah,
anything is possible. He has the physical skill set, right? That like he's a when you think of what you want in a modern day cornerback, like he's it. But watching him play, I don't think he has the like dog mentality that some of the dudes that became really good with the Patriots had because they were later round picks, right? Undrafted free agents. Like J.C. Jackson was a dog coming out of Maryland and then went undrafted. And so, you know, he grinded to get to where he was. I think that Gonzo has to prove that he's not just a finesse dude. Finesse don't win in the NFL. Like,
and not for nothing, but isn't the defensive backs coach Belichick Jr.?
Or is he the linebacker coach? I know he was in there somewhere.
He's something.
He looks like a muskrat.
He does, but like, dude, look at the defensive backs that come out of New England. Like, I think he might know what he's doing.
Okay.
No, his daddy's helping.
I think that's more to his dad, bro. This has been happening so long that I think
I got you, man. I got you. I'm just saying that he's got his daddy's blood too, though, man. So
yeah, so really.
And I mean, Belichick's dad literally wrote the manual on like talent evaluation. So it's not like they're foreign.
He's the D coordinator now.
Wide receiver.
Yeah,
they need to work on that position.
He got promoted to DC.
He was like the co-DC last year.
The Mayo is a DC, right?
You calling him Mayo?
Yeah,
Gerard Mayo. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Shout out to Landscaper was about to look for his check.
Oh, so that's why they was busting.
You're really getting used to the home ownership life, aren't you?
Bro,
it's not like he was tapping. He was like, yo,
I need my money.
He was about to put his hands on you, bro. We was about to just hear mad rumbling in the background.
For a minute there, I thought we were going to see you getting flown across the room.
We was going to have to jump in the ride and go to Gail's house to go.
He's like,
gas prices, bro. Those aren't electric mowers he's using.
He's like, you're going to lose a leg. I was like, okay, we'll get it to you.
We'll get it to you.
We'll get it to you. He's like,
yeah, that's the bit outside.
Your lady said you had the check. I said, nah, she got the check.
Was it a Mexican?
Now you playing with his money, bro.
Was he a Mexican?
Bro, he might.
Poppy was about to tighten.
He's been nice ever since. Now he's bro. He tried to strong arm, but he's gonna get paid.
Was he a Mexican?
Yeah.
Oh
cool
yeah.
Mexican.
He's probably at the door. Me no play, money now.
I ain't no punk bitch. I ain't no punk bitch either.
No punk bitch here.
Did we answer the biggest concerns heading into this week?
Yes. I don't know. Did you? Bob asked you the question.
Gail was in there smacking his mini Gail, bro. He was manhandling himself, bro.
I'm sitting there like,
all because of this milk missile.
I'm sitting there like,
the milk missile got him excited. He was like, wait, what?
I said,
my man was he was on the seat. Oi!
I said, Marco. I said, I'm doing a podcast. He's like, I don't care. He was cool. He's like, okay, where's my check?
Money in the bank. Surely what you drink.
Biggest concerns for this week versus Patriots.
Just knocking off the rust. I mean, you guys brought up a good point. We didn't see no preseason action from these starters, so that's my only concern. I mean, I'm never a fan of week one. Because of that reason, I stay away from everything. I stay away from bets. I stay away from fantasy. I stay away from everything on week one, man, because it's just like everybody in the league is just pretty much, getting rid of the rust. But that's my only concern. Other than that, if they could, pick it up in the second half and they go full throttle, there ain't nothing to worry about. But that's the only thing I got on the back of my mind.
For me, I'm gonna I still think that the entire special teams unit is just a question mark. And if we're sitting here heading into this game and I'm worried about the special teams unit above all else, I think we're in pretty good shape.
I just pulled up Bill Belichick's son. He looks like he's fucking 1,000. Steve, if you guys are not doing anything, go look up Steve Belichick.
We're having a podcast.
See, that's why your father-in-law don't like you. So my only concern is a bit of a slow start. Like Ev said, we haven't seen our guys in preseason, which I don't know if it means anything.
Muskrat Jones.
And I hope it does. I hope it doesn't mean anything. But it's like you can't. Your first action being in the first regular season game, you're going to have a little bit of rust. So hopefully we get rid of that shit ASAP. And, have love, Sev love, X.
Hey, Ev, do you have that? You got that photo again?
What do we need the photo for? We got him right there.
Easy.
Easy.
Yo, Evie said you look like a muskrat, bro. You gotta tell him to chill. So.
Yo,
Hair is getting kind of long. Bro.
Was that you, Ev?
Do this side by side, bro. Just do it once again. Do it side by side.
Is that you, Ev?
Look at that. See?
I hope that's not you.
he looked like that dude. Look,
I think Ev's trying to go with that style, bro. He's trying to get there.
that's a dude that's a dude standing outside of Wawa.
Yeah, I was about to say I've seen that dude in Philly many times.
He's like, bro, can you give me a pretzel? Can you give me a pretzel dog?
What is the opening line right now? I haven't even looked at it.
It's 3. It's like 3.5.
4.
That's it?
It's the 4-point underdogs.
Wait, no, we're the favorite
we're
by 4
-4.
points, right?
Yeah. The Patriots are 4-point underdogs.
Yeah, it's mainly
That's a 7-point swing then.
Yeah.
It makes more sense.
He says, grow the flow, Evan.
Yes, sir. Am I gonna be seeing you on Saturday, Nady?
Yeah, Nady said that he's gonna jump in for the road trip.
Hey.
Damn, Skippy, I'm there.
Nice.
I'm in there like swimwear.
Prime, are you eating pork rinds?
Absolutely. I'm gonna make come on,
I
man.
ended up getting a rental car with one of those limo things that you could block off the back, so all your
word?
pork rind parts just.
I'll be in the front seat.
I'm keeping it traditional.
Hey, Prime, you go to sleep. Do what you need to do, okay?
But yeah, let me get my concerns in before we close this out. I mean, it's just injuries, man. Right? Like, get out of this game healthy. Definitely at key positions. Starting slow is one thing. But if you lose key contributors, that's why you don't have people play in the preseason, but they still got to get hit. There's no avoiding it. And so just, always coming into a game is just praying on injuries, man. These is human beings and, they got families to feed and that rehab ain't no joke. So just hoping that folks is good.
My biggest concern is probably just turnovers are starting slow. I think at the end of the day, you go into the New England. Mm-hmm. This is I've seen it happen when we ended up losing to the Giants. It was Michael Strahan Appreciation Day. Everyone was all jacked up about Michael Strahan.
Big bad Michael Strahan. Oh.
They're gonna be jacked up for Tom Brady and whatever. Just make sure you don't start slow and turn the ball over and do your thing. Play your game. At the end of the day, we got some beasts, man.
Yes, for sure.
Mark Bird is calling Evan chick now.
Oh God, that's awkward. That's awkward.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that one.
I mean,
I hope that one don't stick.
Yeah, please no. Please no.
So thank you. Didn't answer Bob's question.
What'd he say?
I don't know.
What was this question, Bob?
I was looking for it, and to be honest with you, I don't see it, Bob. Just rewrite
What
it.
was it?
Go ahead. Go. I think I know which one it is. Hold on. Oi! I'll find it.
Okay. I got the Bob got the kid.
Yo, instead of writing it again, my son said scroll up. He said, "Go find it, fools."
What is it?
It's what I got on the screen, I guess.
There we go. Right here.
What was the tactic that used to contain Hurts on the edge of the Super Bowl, rip and peel or something? They just ran stunts. They kind of like ran people down inside to make him start scrambling. And it was just like, if you look at it closely, they just ran not TE, but ET stunts. Ran the ends down inside, and they had the tackles come outside. Make sure you had to make sure and made it imperative that the defensive tackle kept him on his inside shoulder and made him step up. And then they probably, like what we did with Vic was, and Spags was there, was we would run a stunt up front, but then we would have somebody fast enough to catch him who was waiting on him. So sometimes we run a stunt up front, and we would have Javon behind us run, and we would run a stunt pushing him to a certain direction. Or we would have Dawkins behind us, and we would run the stunt up, push him in a certain direction. So, and that's where you have to build the trust as well. You know that your defense line is going to make him go that way. So then you're like a heat-seeking missile going that way. and it makes it like butter, baby.
You got somebody like Chris Jones, right? That you could run that stunt with and
Yeah.
can still make a play outside the pocket. So
Exactly.
Personnel standpoint, man, like they did it well. And also I think I don't know if we ever talked about this, but the fact that the Eagles ran the clock down to damn near zeros literally every play, I think allowed them to be able to get jumps on the ball. Like you was talking about, Tank, like it's that tip, right? Like if you know when the ball's being snapped every snap, like it just gives you an added advantage. And that's something I wish the Eagles would have made an adjustment with. They just kept doing it, and I think it cost them in the end.
But I think now that because Bob said expect everybody's going to try to do that. But then who you got? If
you don't have the personnel, bro.
Yeah, it's like you don't have the personnel. It's like you're talking about the Super Bowl, Bob.
We got better fields to play on too.
But yeah, not on that, Bob. It's like when you look at it, everybody can't do that. If you do that, if you try to do that, you're taking a set of hands out of the secondary. Everybody doesn't have an elite secondary, and we have elite receivers and an elite tight end, and we have backs coming out of the backfield. So I guarantee you that's going to be the first thing that Bill Belichick pulls out his ass to try to slow us down, and I expect us to have an answer for it right off the rip. And we had an answer, like in the second half, we had an answer for it still. If our defense could have mustered up any type of tactical fortitude to just stop a motherfucker, I'm just saying, it's like, dude, I was at the game. It was brutal.
The field was tough.
Nah, I don't give a fuck about the field.
Man, it wasn't just the field, bro.
It was a lack.
Bro.
No, dude, it was a lack of our defensive coordinator.
Hassan Reddick rushed the outside shoulder of the right tackle numerous times.
Yeah,
that shit was like ice capades,
stepped
man.
up in the pocket, yo. How many times? How many times did Pat Mahomes run away, bro? That is not the field surface. Bro.
And it's not the field surface. Do you know what it is?
Not committing to the inside shoulder of that tackle, bro. You got to do something different.
Well, no.
Pat Mahomes ain't stupid.
I know Mahomes is not
His name
stupid,
is Mal Davis.
And then
Mal Davis, I'm out here, bro. I'm sitting right here. We talking about it. We watched the same game. Bust that tape up and show me something different. Then.
I know exactly, Mal. And the other part of that too was we didn't mug the center. We ran 4 against 5 the entire game. We ran cover 5 and man under. Man under, every quarterback knows. If you ever watch a quarterback one time and you see man under, as soon as he gets his fifth step, he's running. You know why? Everybody's back is turned to him, and you rushing 4. And so I'm gonna get what I need to get to live to fight another down. And that's all Patrick Mahomes did. We ran cover 5 and man under that entire fucking game. We did not mug the center. We didn't even make them think that we were going to attempt to rush anybody but who we rushed. And when your offense knows that, they know exactly where you're going to be. They just gonna fuck over you every time.
I'm hoping like guys like Nolan Smith added to the mix for the extra provided juice.
What I'm saying is, I think that the side, it's like we got not even caught. What happened in the Super Bowl was what I've been saying about Jonathan Gannon all year. Our personnel helped his ass out. Mm-hmm. So Desai is going to be he's a disciple of Vic Fangio, yes, and so it's going to be some pressure pack. When I say pressure package, that don't mean that we're blitzing. Pressure packages, it means we're still rushing 4, possibly 5, but you don't know which ones they are. And you have to put an offense on notice. They can't know that you just rushing the front 4 every fucking time. And just like everybody's been talking about Nolan and Hassan Reddick, I want to see how he's going to deploy them because they are the wild cards in this type of situation. They could drop into coverage and rush. So,
is that the amazing Arkansas Fred?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Arkansas Fred.
Shout out to Fred Barnett. That's my dog.
Let's now moving right along. There's a tweet out here by Dave Singaro talking about our running back group, about the rotation. Nick Sirianni on a running back rotation. We'll see how it plays out. I can say it's by committee, and then somebody gets hot and we stick with them. We'll see how it plays out. But I would love is depth in that room and the capabilities of the guys in the room. If you guys are going to be honest, who's your starting running back?
Swifty. I think
Swift,
that DeAndre Swift is going to end up being that guy. And like what you've seen throughout DeAndre Swift's career is that if he can stay healthy, he's a legitimate running back 1 in this league. And I think being able to, have a solid rotation of guys and get him off the field, let him rest, in between plays. If he's on one and he he's just gashing them for 15 yards apiece, keep him in there. But there's no need for him to be the bell cow of this offense. And I think that's going to increase his longevity.
Sounds go Swift.
Gainwell, bro. I think Gainwell ends up being the number one back just because of more of attrition, bro. That like the two dudes that has made competition are two people that have shown significant injury histories in the NFL. So I think if you could get 100 carries out of Penny, I feel like that's an ideal situation. If you could get 100 to 150 touches out of the Swift, that's great, right? But I think Gainwell ends up being the dude. He's the only one under contract going into next year, right? So like there's that added incentive of really seeing what you have in him. But then also he's the guy that they rely on and that they trust. And that's how football works, bro. Like that's how this works. It's the guy that you trust in the end of the day. And I think that when it really comes down to it, he's shown what he's capable of doing. And I don't think anyone questions whether or not he can play in this league anymore.
Yeah. The one thing about when you brought up Gainwell, I think because he knows all the entire playbook, and this is
all the calls, checks, everything,
all the calls, the checks, and stuff. And then he didn't hold up in a time of need. Like I hated to see when we tried to get the ball to Miles, how he hold up a little bit, and then we end up giving the ball to the young buck, and he's out there running with a purpose. And I feel like that's one of the reasons. Like I think that him and Swift are going to be that awesome 1-2 punch. But then the one thing, the Rashard Penny, between him and Boston Scott, they're going to add some flair to this shit. And it's like because you're going to give them all of what we're talking about. You're going to give them the Swift and the Gainwell, and then you just going to all of a sudden you come in with one of those guys who I love the fact that when they come in, they seize the second. A lot of people don't know what I learned that from Avery Johnson. He came, he said you're supposed to seize every moment that you play because it's not nothing. None of this is promised. Tomorrow's not promised. You have to seize the second. And so when they give you an opportunity to get out there, you make sure you show them why you deserve more opportunities.
Carpe football.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Was like you don't learn that till you get to the pros. It's like when you in high school and college, you're the man in high school and college.
Right.
It's like, but when you get to the pros, you should have to start out getting in there and getting a couple of plays and bring your happy ass back out because the starters back in there. They've already proven themselves and they prove that they have consistency. It's like I didn't learn what I'm telling you guys. I didn't learn until like after I became a starter, and they was like a 75% me is better than my backup. You get that? Me at 75%, even though I may be tired a little bit, I have still enough wherewithal to come off the ball and knock the shit out of somebody and keep them off the linebacker. It's like that's better than a person that the person that's on the bench that will probably give you a couple of good snaps here and there. So the difference between a starter and a non-starter is basic consistency.
Now, when you got the starting gig, did OG pull you over and like say, "Yo, you got the juice now, man"?
No,
you got the juice.
The funniest shit, and I don't think I ever told anybody this. It's like so we was the very first game was at RFK Stadium against the Reds of the then Redskins. And I don't know if you guys ever at RFK Stadium. You see the field bouncing and stuff because of the crowd. And so the very first series, I'm standing on the sideline because I'm a rookie. I'm dressed, but I don't think I'm about to get in. So all of a sudden I heard Hollis. I was like, who, me? He said, yeah, get in there. I was like, oh shit. So I run in there, and my big brother, love him to death, William Fuller. Everybody saw my eyes. My eyes was like this fucking big. He grabbed my wrist and said, "Calm down, big fella. Just do what you did. Just do what you do at practice." I was like, okay. So the very first play, I heard in my head. I heard Michael Zordich yell out, "Spike!" Yeah, I love a spike. I love the spike. That means I'm a slant, quick inside step and upfield. 9 times out of 10, it's a whiff. Flip back, hit Binder in the backfield for a 2-yard loss.
Got
and I was at once you get that first tackle as a rookie, And you'd be like, oh, okay, I belong on this level. And that,
Mhm.
and not in preseason, because preseason is still don't count yet. It's like I learned about preseason. It's like when you play the older guys, they just out there not trying to get hurt.
Mhm.
But when you go out there against the young guys, those motherfuckers are trying to make the team.
We talk about making the most of their opportunities. We talk about the safety position. Nick Sirianni declines to name his starting safety next to Reed Blankenship for the opener. So
Right.
the options are Justin Evans, Terrell Emmons, and Sidney Brown.
Sydney.
So who do you think is the starter of these three?
I want Nick to quit messing around and just throw Sydney in there, bro.
I don't think Sydney's ready yet, bro.
Yeah, I was
Kid
gonna say.
He ain't ready yet, son.
play.
He is
What do you think,
too
Terrell Edmonds?
undisciplined, dog.
I think
I'm
either-
thinking Justin Evans.
I'm
son.
thinking
Really?
Evans too.
I think Evans
Yeah.
and Edmonds. I think Evans and Edmonds are going to go ahead and get the starting role. Somebody mentioned way earlier in the show that they could see Sidney Brown coming in week 6. I don't think it's going to be that long. I think it's going to be even sooner, way sooner. But you know, what I mean, to start off the season, I'm looking at Evans and Edmonds getting the nod.
I think I'm going along with Edmonds because I saw Edmonds playing in preseason and he was like a heat-seeking missile, and he kind of shored up that middle for us and stuff. And I do like Evans as well because he's coming off of the second year off of an injury. But I think Edmonds has more of a heat-seeking missile mentality that we want. So, but then as somebody said, I think it's going to be like week 8 or 9 when Sydney comes in. Just because of the learning curve and learning what you can and can't do. It's like you just have to bring yourself up to speed of constantly playing and stuff. And because you know he's going to be on all the special teams off the rip. So that's why I say week 8 or 9. So they migrate him and get somebody else ready for the special teams part that he's the load that he's carrying. Pause.
Out here carrying loads.
Whoa, pause.
Now who do you think will be the starting linebackers? Zach Cunningham. Do you think he holds on to that position, or do you think Ellis makes a push?
Christian Ellis.
I think Mal in there.
Start out the year, it's going to be Cunningham.
Yeah, start the year is Cunningham, but I think Christian Ellis similar to Sidney Brown. I think the longer the year goes along, the more you see them making plays and like their athleticism is going to stand out. You just aren't sure yet, you know? That I've seen you do it, but like Hollis said, preseason is a little bit different. Even camp is a little bit different because you might get a guy that show out in camp, but we're not really. We doing thud drills. We're not really hitting yet, and then you get into an live action situation, and that man disappears. So
where you at?
Right. And so I think that giving both of them time to get acclimated, but once they do start, that's an added level of juice to this defense. Man, right? Like I said, my main thing is can we stay healthy? Because if this is a team that can stay relatively healthy, and if they do have injuries, get guys back right before the playoffs like they did last year, it's a squad that can make a run, man. Like there's really no team in the NFC I'm afraid of, and I think we could beat the Kansas City Chiefs, bro. So like there really is no team that I feel like could stop this train. Is just injuries and like self-inflicted wounds and stuff.
Now somebody in the comment section mentioned 3 safeties. I think that there's going to be some times where they bring 3 safeties in to replace the will linebacker at times just to get a faster pair of hands on the field. Right. So Spence, our linebacker is always a weak spot, but hopefully we rectify that with Nakobe Dean and the Chris Ellis and the Cunningham kid. Yeah. I think for the most part, we probably gonna have a 3 safety system, especially because a lot of people go to that 3 wide receiver system. So, which we call kings.
And that's not a bad place to be in if you have 3 dudes that can play their position, right? That especially when you have a Terrell Edmonds that could kick down to a nickel or dime linebacker because he has the size and speed to do it.
Yeah,
it gives the side versatile people to implement in different ways. And like Tank was saying before, Jonathan Gannon was, I do the same thing all game long and I'll just let my talent win. And when the talent don't win, we found we had issues, right? Like I think the side will more so, I have a scheme that like really puts my best players in the best position to win. And I also can change that week to week so that I can take advantage of, what the weak places are on these offenses.
I can love that.
Gail, you're muted, pal.
Yeah, you're muted, pal. We can't hear
You
you.
back muted. You unmuted yourself and then remuted yourself.
You are muted, man.
You are still talking to yourself.
Computer be doing me dirty these days.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Philly Sports Trips out there. If you guys are looking to take a trip,
A baller ass trip.
sign up with them. Look for more information on phillysportstrips.com and make sure to follow them at Sports Trips PHL for more information. Tank, are you flying first class?
I think so. I have to look at the ticket. If not, then I will use my miles to get away from you commoners.
Hey, we'll be driving.
I think. Oh yeah,
We'll
driving.
be driving.
Oh,
driving.
God. Oh dear God, no.
Who was the? That's a shoot. That's not a
5
long
hours.
drive.
That's an easy
That's a
jaunt.
drive.
Easy, yo. That's that man. Gail could do that. in
We
his
drove
sleep.
out to Detroit
That's
for the first.
We drove to
8 hours.
Alabama. Don't tell me.
rather drive
man.
to Detroit than drive to Boston. I've done
Out of
that
your mind,
drive.
bro. It's
You're
like
going
double
through
the
so
amount of
many
distance.
metro areas. It's all traffic. If you don't time it, nah, I'm good.
Well,
Hey, yo,
We early
fellas,
run.
enjoy
It's
that,
an early
well,
run.
bro.
I know. Well, Mal,
Enjoy yourselves.
enjoy yourselves on that drive. I
We
will
will.
be there. I will be there already, possibly at a local gentleman's club.
Oh, there you go.
Testing out their wings.
All right, Mr. Milk Missiles.
Yo, you should just you should record yourself, bro. Just you know what I mean. You should
No,
just
don't-
give reviews to all the
don't-
wings
don't
and
put
all the
that in
gentlemen
his head.
clubs. Nah, bro, that's
You know,
you gotta continue to monetize yourself out here in these days, man.
hey,
There it is.
hey, Prime, did you know what I did this past I just did that thing again, that flag football thing.
Yeah,
Guess who was champion?
but you made
Yeah.
up your own rules.
No, I didn't make my own rules up. I had and I had the first goal line stop in flag football history. Thug Life, West Side, Big Tank Dog. I'll be here all week.
Yo, you just tackling people.
No,
Just
I
title
He
his
is making
stuff
up
with
his
that
own
shit.
rules.
No, I didn't make up my own rules. I had a team. I was just a coach. I was the coach
That's
of that
funny,
one that the one that Prime was following me behind. Jackass Jason Avant gonna have the rules and wouldn't let nobody else see him. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh man, let it go, bro.
Yeah, let it
No,
go.
I will never let that go. That's why he ended up losing.
But want to give a shout out to Bud Light for holding us down for these tailgates. Shout out to Conchahawk and Italian Bakery.
Oh yeah.
Now you know this tailgate is gonna be Club Jawn, the first one, so it's gonna be insane. Got some plans in the work. We're not announcing it yet, but
You're
there's
not announcing it
something
yet? Club
some
Jawn?
in the works. Some in the works. We'll see if we can pull this off, and we do. It'll be crazy.
Straight thug.
Crazy.
It'll be crazy.
Who banging affiliates? Big Chuck, holla at your boy. G4 status.
It'd be crazy. So last word. We'll start off with Hollis, who has. I know you got something to say.
My last words, man.
Yep.
I'm sorry I wasn't here for the last couple of weeks, fellas. I was handling some business and stuff. Like to shout out to Prime's father-in-law. That's my homie now. He said he's going to invite me to all of the baller ass cookouts and stuff. You know. Shout out to everybody. You know, who's prayers up to my boy Hugh.
Yeah, definitely.
And you know, it's a rough thing that he's going through right now. I talked to him. We didn't talk. We were pretty much blubbering like two big idiots on the phone because I watched young Hugh grow up, and it was devastating to hear what happened. That make sure you tell everybody that you love them, man. And I don't mean to bring you guys down, but that's just the way I'm feeling. I was like to love you guys and just tell everybody that you never know what's gonna happen. One day you here, the next you gone, baby. Just like that's all I got, man. I'm feeling pretty nostalgic because I've been drinking and stuff, and so my emotions are coming up real live like, and you know,
Somebody cut the mic.
really, thanks, Dick Cheney. Way to go! Way to ruin the moment. So it always takes a white guy.
I've heard that saying before.
But to end my last word though, I love you guys, and I enjoy talking. I talk to
Likewise,
stuff,
man.
and
Love you too, homie.
Just make sure. So that
Let your peoples know. You gotta
yeah,
let your
let
people
people,
know, man.
you gotta let everybody know. And
Yeah.
it's not. Don't be too fucking macho. It's like it's a man. A man. I'm a man. I'm not a male. I'm a man. We say we love each other, and it's just like man. Nah, just let people know how you feel, man.
For
That's it.
sure.
That's the best. That's the best way. Because I've lost so many buddies and stuff that I played with over the last like 6 to 8 months, and it's just like you just was talking to them. It's just like, damn. So shout out to everybody, especially everybody in the room and stuff. Love you guys. Thank you guys for supporting us. I didn't mean to bring the show totally down.
No, it needed to be
It's
said,
real,
though.
it's
It
real
needed to
talk.
be
It's
said.
real talk. It's definitely. It's really. I heard the news right away this morning.
Yeah. Your mic is messed up again. Your mic is messed up again. Yeah,
Figured
I
out.
don't know what the hell you
While
did.
Gail's figuring out that mic,
Okay.
Mal, what you got for a last word?
Yeah, man, just good to see y'all boys again. Definitely RIP to Hugh Douglas' son, and may the family
Yeah,
continue to
it's
just
young
find.
Hugh. It's Hugh
Yeah,
Jr.
young Hill.
Yeah,
Just find,
yeah.
safety and solace in this time, man. It's tough, bro. Like Tank said, love on y'all peoples. I'm a firm believer in that. And yeah, it's tough, bro. But life's not guaranteed, so you gotta max it out. Like you said, Avery Johnson said, max out every moment, man. And that includes doing the things that you love. So that's my last thing. Do the stuff that you love and enjoy the hell out of life, bro.
Primo?
Yeah, my bad, man. I need a moment because I could relate. I lost a nephew 2 days ago.
Sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah, he life got cut short, so another loss in the family. For my family that's tuning in, just know I love you guys very much. This is going to be a rough one. It hasn't really kicked in, right now with the way Hollis is talking about Hugh's son. My condolences to Hugh and the family, man. It's a tough situation, man. I really don't want to really bring this down. I mean, it's kind of like right here. I'm ready to let it out. Very young, athletic kid. He was a twin. His brother's really going through it right now. I'm looking to catch up with him soon, just to let him know we are here for him. We are here for the whole family. Up there in York, PA, they're really going through it. This is like a devastating thing that just occurred. It's not the easiest news to receive, but I agree with what Hollis is saying, man. I love you guys. I needed this. Gail reached out to me earlier today, asked me if I wanted to do this. I did. I needed it just so I could, keep it going. But it's going to be a rough road, man. That was my little youngin right there. Watch these twins grow up together, and to know one of them is now gone, it hurts so much. But like I said, my family that's watching, I love y'all very much. We are going to get through this together. This is going to be a rough road, but we got this. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the reaching out, the comments, and y'all prayers and everything. But my word is, like, if there's something on your mind, just speak up, please. Don't hold it in. Don't let it get the best of you. We all have our bad moments, but we can't let this bad moment get the best of us, man. And I wish those were words that I could have gave my nephew. I really do. But I didn't have that time to go ahead and tell him, man. So just please just check on your families, check on your friends, man. Try to stay positive for them, and keep their heads up, and just keep showing the love, man. That's what we need nowadays, man. It's real crazy out here, bro. It really is. So I apologize. I don't want to,
No apology.
No apologies needed.
Yeah,
Man.
I don't want to kill the show, but I appreciate you guys. Thank you for this. I'm glad we were able to do the show today, and it was fun. It helped out a lot. So thank y'all.
Yeah, I love you, Brian, man.
Love y'all too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Obviously, it's been somber the past couple days between everything that's happened. But we're looking forward to the positives. Looking forward to the Eagles season starting. Um, you know, I know that the mood is brought down now, but I want to throw a congratulations out if I can. My mom officially starts her retirement today, so after 30 years,
Oh, congratulations.
Congrats, man. Congrats.
finally retired. Going to be taking her out to lunch as soon as we get back from New England.
Nice.
Go
It's on you,
celebrate.
right? It's on you.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
No, you're frugal. You're frugal, gang.
No, I'm frugal, gang. That's my mom, bro. I got to take care of my mom.
Where you taking her?
We're gonna go get either
McDonald's.
like a Turning Point or First Watch, one of them places.
Who said McDonald's?
That was me.
He said she
He
could
gonna take it for
supersize
the.
it.
Yeah, he gonna level her up, bro.
No,
He said she could supersize it.
it's my mom, bro. Take it easy.
Man, I couldn't pass up the opportunity. I'm sorry.
I wish you would have.
There's always the sizzle.
But congratulations to my mom. She worked hard and she earned it.
Congrats, man. Make sure you tell her we said congrats, man. Happy
Congratulations.
I'm gonna tell them 4 people said congratulations out of this.
My last
but,
word.
But if she supersizes it, I know why.
Would you stop, man?
Jesus Christ,
Good deal.
Disrespect.
My last word is I just appreciate you guys in the comments. Appreciate you guys on the show. Much love to you guys. Always love talking about the Eagles. Obviously, you talk about doing what you love. This is what we love to do. We love to talk about the Eagles. Love to go on road trips. Love to just enjoy our Eagles fandom. It's always a great time. I look forward to meeting all you Eagle fans up north because there's an Eagles bar in Boston that we're gonna link up and have some suds. I think I'm looking forward to the road trip. I'm not looking forward to the pork rinds that Prime eats previously or during the trip because it always can go haywire. It always take a left.
Hey, Prime, are they barbecue or hot and spicy?
No, they just some regular
man.
Yeah, but after you eat them,
like he not gonna add that extra stuff, bro. He keep it real, man.
That's it, man.
it ends up being hot and funky by the end of it. Smell like sourdough feet and
Sourdough feet.
it's just a bad look. But I'm excited. I'm excited for this trip. I think everyone's talking about Eagles attire, what you wearing, like what time you leaving, what time. Everyone's excited for this opportunity to watch this ass kicking.
Eagles fans about to descend on Boston, bro. And like turn the city up, man. I love this, man. Because I can't stand Boston fans, Celtics fans, Red Sox fans, Patriot fans. I don't care which one you are, bro.
Yo,
you a bandwagon jumper. That's
why you brought that up about Boston Red Sox fans. I just got to say, as a baseball fan, it is so pleasuring to see both the Red Sox and the Yankees at the bottom of that division.
Yes.
Oh my God,
that's amazing. Yes, finally.
But I just want to give a shout out to y'all. We'll see you guys soon. As always, fly, Eagles, fly.
Go Birds, baby.
Birds.